I have a good plan for today. I'll get into it in just a sec. I'm gonna see if I have any drop frames and wait for everything to start hitting off. Okay, cool. Everything's connected. Audio looks good. Frames look good. Alright, let's go. Now, I haven't got any viewers yet, but this is more as a... It's kind of for streaming purposes. It's kind of for my YouTube as well. Now, I'm gonna do like a... I mean, the title says it all. I'm gonna do a little bit of a guide for new players. But it's gonna be done in a streaming kind of fashion. So when you first enter the game, after you work out all the other stuff like signing up for Warp Portal and then creating an account, or otherwise just doing it through Steam, something that I've never done because I've always had Warp Portal accounts. You got 4 races: the Bartak, Turin, Zenoa, and Cruxina. I'm sorry if I'm not pronouncing them correctly. And then you got 2 lower class jobs for each. Now, this is just about one class in particular today, and I'm not going to get into everything in one massive hit. So, I'm going to be Bartak, I'm going to be Shaman, I'm going to be male, and that's only because I just don't find the females fun to play. Like, of course they're beautiful, but I don't like the voice as much. I can't listen to it. It's ear jarring to me. There's your female. You got a few faces to choose from and hairdos you can choose from. And you got to put in a name that's unique that nobody else has, otherwise it'll boot you out and say no, you can't do that. For example, my main name. Try to make a Kirilu, and it'll say nah, that name exists. So you gotta make a good name. Now, I previously made a character, so I can skip the I didn't do this right, damn it. Okay. Well, we're gonna have to watch the stupid load-in screen because it's important. Let's create a character. Shaman, male, blah blah blah. All those sort of details. And I did make it Cinderhawk, but I might as well just... It's X Cinderhawk. Hey, there we go. Unique, right? Let's do the face. I was going for something like that, but I might change the hair this time. Go with different hair. What do you think suits the name? I think the Bartaks look really cool. I love how they've got like horns that have been cut off, something like that, and coming out the face. Some are more metallic-y than others. I was just going to go with the Mohawk. I think we'll do that again. Alright, Shaman, Bartak, go. Now, I'm picking Shaman because I think, and a lot of other people think, 1, 1, 1, 2. 1, 1, 1, 2. Now ignore that pin, that's not my main pin, I don't use that pin. Anything other than characters I don't care about. This is just a fun thing.
Doctor, Model C is gaining consciousness.
Now,
What?
if you click anything or Alt-Tab, this whole start video gets stuffed up. You know what's funny? You can't even... You can't control... Close the volume mixer. Let's hope that doesn't crash everything.
I detected
Okay, cool.
no irregularities.
I noticed this before. I couldn't
Sent a corrupt model.
turn the... Yeah. It shuts you out of using the volume mixer. Oh, well, let's just do some stuff.
Model C's progress is too fast.
Ooh.
You set to something too advanced. You there. End the project now. Burn it if we have to.
I wish I could turn the volume down for the game, but I can't control anything once the this video starts. Hey, I got a thumbs up from Fury, so he knows. I don't have to tell him. Alright.
Wake up. Get up. There is no time. We have to get out of here. Now.
Oh. Now, what you're looking at the moment is Fury's Discord. It's a really, really awesome place to be. I can't drop a link, but like here's a link. If you want to type that in, you can get in. It should work for everyone. Just watch this, come back, pause it, that sort of thing. I shall add it to my Twitch account at some point. In some bio I'll add a link, but you can also find it on the Requiem main website as well. It's a really good place to be for guides. I'll show some of that off while the music's jamming in the background. So you've got Requiem info, tutorials. That's actually something only I can see. My bad. Some people post their own little guides. Most of them have been made by Fury. You can figure out how to multi-client or multi-log, as I say. You can look into... Okay, that was somebody else's compounding guide for enchant. XP versus honor. We'll be talking about that today. How to send land. Hey, it's my neat trick. And just stuff. You can find some builds. You can discuss builds. We've got a marketplace. We've got a few different chats. We've even got a like a market value page where we try to discuss where the game's going. You can keep track of anyone on the server who's streaming. It'll pop up here. Discuss your ideas. Come for a chat. And we got alerts too. Keep track of when the battlefields are on. There's a lot of stuff. Anyway, let's play the game. Alright, that's pretty much what I want. I'm always fiddling around with my audio before I start my streams to try and get it right. I have been struggling to get the same audio I had a few months ago. I reinstalled my computer and I lost all those sort of settings, so it's always hard to get the settings just right again. I do have a really nice microphone and camera, so that's good. Okay, daily login rewards. When you first log in on your first account, you'll get a 1-day login reward. Megaphone is not bad at all, and the land is just a nice little pittance. So just click OK. If you log in every day, it'll be a slightly different reward until you get to 50, and then it'll just repeat after that. If you don't log in, it'll go back to 1. It's a really nice reward at level 50, but we'll talk about that later. So this is the tutorial. It's recently been renamed. It used to just be called Ancient Laboratory, but if you go character screen, you'll see Emporian's Training Camp 2. You have to follow the instructions. It will not let you move until you follow the instructions. It's very basic. It's very basic, so don't worry about that. Yeah, I'm not sure if my hotkeys are the same as everybody else, so I'll explain things in multiple ways. So you press B for bags. If you don't have that hotkey, you can just click on it down here. You've got a 7-day mount. It's a fast one, as fast as we get at the moment. Worth grabbing. Not worth grabbing, just worth having. It's great. Use these 7 days to get around as fast as you can, get the most done. You gotta keep following these. That's an NPC, grab a quest. Pretty general stuff. It wants you to click this dot here. And then tick this. That brings up a compass around your character, which will lead you to the next NPC, and it'll move, and the arrow will point to where you want to go. Not always accurate in the game, but I honestly don't use it very frequently, but I have helped a few noobs before, and it did help quite a bit. Now, this is genuinely a new account. So I have no XP, no honor, no bank items. I'm not going to send anything to myself. This is going to be genuine. I've got no premium. So I want you to kill one of these goblins. They're dumb goblins. You can tell. I won't level up because I've previously tested this. And we got some land. Good. We're going to need land. We're going to need lots of land. Billions of land would be nice. Okay, I've thought about this, and you can go any way you want with this, but you're going to rely on your magic as a magic character. You could go the staff, but intelligence feeds into magic damage anyway, so I reckon the wand, if you plus 30 is the general max for an item, and that's that 0 to 1. If you hover over the icon and press left shift, it'll show you what +1 will look like, or whatever plus comes after. Whereas there's also, you can press left control and you'll get what you're currently using. The game gives you some automatic stuff when you start the game. It's just so you're not naked. It doesn't do a lot. This is the only place in the game you can get these level 5 weapons. So I'm going to go with the wand because I think it's better. I can get my first level up. Now it says K, but K for me is not set to that, so I don't use default hotkeys, and I don't think anyone should. And it's going to want me to open my bags, and then it's going to want me to move forward into this teleporter. But first we're going to look at these skills. This is your home spell, return spell. It could take me out of here right now. It's got like a 30-minute cooldown. And here's my skill tree. So at level 1 you can choose between these 3 skills. This is your bread and butter, and it's going to be what does most of the work. So we'll grab that. And you'll see why. That was a lot better than when I was hitting him. I will be one-shotting these guys soon. Now it'll destroy my mana. Main downside. So you're going to want to conserve some of that mana. When you level up, as I will show very shortly, if you sit down, you will double your mana regen and get the appropriate HP regen. When you're running around, that HP regen is halved, and when you're in combat, which is when you've got your weapon out kind of thing, which will happen if you've got a dot or a debuff, or have just been recently hit, you don't get any HP recovery, which is a very big deal for melee characters who don't have heals. Doesn't matter to us, because we're going to have heals. When you level up, you get all your HP and all your mana back. You get some stat increases, not significant next to gear here in the game. Alright, so far so good. My kids haven't woken up. Alright, let's see how much we can get done. I wouldn't recommend the heal straight off the bat. Just grab Vindictive Mind. I'm not recommending a skill build that's good for later, but we will reset our skills later. It is completely within reason to reset your skills later. That is the 50-day login reward, is a free skill reset. So if this is your first character, don't worry about your skills, just play. If you get to that point in the game you want a skill reset, you could buy one. You could buy one with land from somebody who's paid for it. You could buy one with real money. You might find that there's a event in the game where you can get a free skill reset, and the 50-day login skill reset. So Vindictive Mind works, but Emblaze Mind doesn't. So don't get that. That is a bugged skill. Vindictive Mind does work. You want to see what I mean when I say it works. Oh god. Thank god. It's just Twitch. Check yourself out on Twitch. Okay, so character screen. All the buttons you're going to want to find are right here, okay? So, characters here. You can find the hotkey yourself. I've changed all mine. I like H because it's close to all my other buttons, and I open it quite a bit. So, we just grabbed that with that skill. So it says 52, it's not 52, ignore the numbers, it's 2. That 5 means something else. It's just a bad string. And when I say string, I mean a piece of code. But it puts it here. And as far as I'm concerned, this works as damage on top of all resistance. It's like SCAD, skill critical additional damage. Man, there is a lot of information to talk about. Definitely going to take an hour just to get out of the tutorial. Anyway, so just to illustrate it again, fire point by 5, it should go to 7. 7. See? So that works really well. Now that screen was the DNA screen. This is separate to your, these are like passive increases to your skills, and you have a limited number of points. You can get up to 45 DNA at the moment, and it's not pay to win, but you do have to get very high in level to do it. So I get at least 1 point into Vindictive Mind, because the damage, it really is worth it for a new character, and I do the same thing with the Fireball. Because like I said, it's our bread and butter. We are going to, like, it's a 1 second cooldown. Look how much damage I'm doing now. I'm 2-shotting them, before it was like 5 shots. Interesting little detail about this dungeon. You can't delete stuff. It stops you from doing that. You can't stay here forever leveling up. Let's see if there's anyone watching. What's poppin'? Hey, Livret. Nothing much, just doing a guide. What's cooking? Good looking? Alright. So, if you played this game and you're coming back, they changed all the items that you used to get in the game. And most of them don't give any kind of reasonable benefit, like at level 20. This used to be a level 5 weapon, now it's just a level crap weapon. They just sell it or reduce it. We'll show you the we'll show you the forge. Now the training tells you to just continue on, so that's what we'll do for now. Please don't crash, please don't crash. I am crashing, god damn it. It wouldn't be a Requiem stream if you didn't crash. Alright. Let's go back into the game, full screen. Aw, that's great. I like it when it works. The game server or Discord? Thanks for seeing that, bro. Have you followed me on Twitch? Not that I'm asking for, like, you know, loads of followers, but I've actually got a cool little follower alert. Awesome. Own 3D is still stuck to my account. It's no longer in my, like, I reinstalled my computer and I can't get rid of it. It's like a virus. Cheers for that. That's the first time I've seen it. Outside of tests. Alright. Make sure no one can see what I'm doing. Gotta log back into this damn game. It likes to crash sometimes. Some days no, some days yes. You can usually see the signs. I am sorry for picking my nose. It was just an itch, I swear. Hey, it's number 1. It took a lot to make that. I got so stuck. I had it in my head for months how I was going to get rid of the background of my character and have myself dancing or dying or skitzing out. Yeah, I got to get that. Sometimes I do that. They actually do come out my nose. I made it myself. I don't know anybody who could do it for me. It was one of my side projects that I've wanted to do all year. Oh, man. Alright. Well, we're gonna play our backup character, because I don't want to list. If you log out and you're still in the tutorial area, that was the wrong code. 1112. If you log out and you're still in the tutorial area, you have to watch that damn video. So we're going to switch back to the original character we were going to do. Alright. This character is very similar to the other character, we just haven't done very much on it yet. We got the ones. Okay, so we're out of the tutorial area. You can always click exit tutorial and this is where it'll port you to. You're right next to the starting village. It'd be really interesting to check those strings that they've been working on. This is how you normally grab a quest. And you don't have to read it. Just grab it. This is the only real quest that you'll be focused on all the way through to its completion at the start of the game. We're just going to do everything we just did again, only a bit faster this time. Now, out of all the monsters in the starting area, these paleos drop the best XP, so just kill them. Other than the quest. You shouldn't have a problem. Alrighty. Cool. The paleos drop the best XP. If you get a closer look at them, they actually carry like a little baby. And they smack you with it. Nice little detail that Requiem like. Yeah, like I said, all this gear has been made weird. You can get like level 15 weapons now, but the stats, like, they're really not that good. So I will eventually show off better gear eventually. So these streams are probably only ever going to go for an hour. When I've got the time. Right now my kids are in bed and hoping that stays that way until 50 minutes from now. Which means I'll have a longer than an hour stream. Now, a few more things. Once you've got 3 skill points, just grab that healing spell. It's not bad. And I'll just AA some mobs while I explain stuff. And I should level up soon enough. Do I keep whacking even when I deselect? Nah. Gotta whacking. There we go, another level. 5's a good level, because we can equip this wand. It's slightly better. Unless you just want to keep it for no real reason, delete your crap gear. It's my HP, it should have gone way back up to 100. Is it bugged out? There we go, it did bug out. That was weird. So monsters can drop a few different items. They can drop Zeons, they'll drop land obviously, they'll drop global loot like swords and stuff. Pots and these little mob items. You do get pots in mob format. Pots is a word for potions. It won't really matter to you at all. You probably won't even use the potions, to be fair. The only real potions you might use is mana potions really early on. We're going to fix our mana issues really soon, because as you can see, that is the issue with a new character. So when you go character screen, go to this tab here. It says social ability. Social ability? Something like that. Oh, can I increase the mic? I can, and I appreciate that. Alright. Is that too loud? Because I don't want it to be too loud. Testing. 1, 2, 3. Hey, okay, cool. That's just the gain on the back. I turned it up by like a quarter. I really don't want to watch my videos later and be like ear-jarringly loud or anything like that. I feel like I have to redo this whole thing. So these are the dead hounds for the quest, so we'll just continue killing them. So character, sociability, This button here changes the XP in the game. So there's two forms of XP in this game. Green means on, red means off. That's an easy way to remember if you've got honor turned on or off. So honor shows up here instead of down the bottom like XP does. So instead of leveling up like normal, I will get these levels. So I'm at level 7 already just from doing that. Honor is a bunch of passive stuff similar to DNA. Now you need level 10 to start doing anything, or 11. So it won't be very long and I'll be able to plus something up. And this is something you don't have to worry about when it comes to skill resets. Who's that? Because you can reset this whenever you want. If you didn't discover the honor skills, which a lot of new players don't know about, you can handle this game without them. It's just a lot harder at the start because this is basically every stat you could think of. From damage to resistance to defense, HP regen, MP regen. In fact, that's the best thing going around. We're just gonna grab HP regen, HP, XP. Probably not those two for now. 1 to all stats. Drop rate. Hell, grab some land. Maybe? No, screw land. Drop rate, because items might actually help me make way more than the land drop ever will. You want to keep increasing that HP, MP regen. Like I said, you don't have to think about it that much, because you can reset it whenever you want. I'd only worry about short range defense. Magic damage will take us from 2-shotting things to 1-shotting things very quickly at the start of the game. And I'll just leave it like that for now. It shouldn't take long and we won't have to wait around for our mana to regenerate. Now obviously if you've got premium, it's going to be a lot faster. So this down the bottom is called 1 day click. Every day it resets sometime. That timer is pretty close to accurate. I guess around the time happy hour resets. Not a super important detail right now. We got a costume. That's going to change things up a fair bit. I would have been pretty happy to get XP, but that's pretty awesome. You used to get a free costume when you started a new character. Now I've got a costume, because why not? I've got costumes turned off, but if you go into your settings, you've got all these on-off options, and you can show your character name or not. You can have it so people can't send you requests because you don't want to be left alone. But you can turn costume on. And now I have bathers. Yep. Why not? Alright. Honor 29, almost enough for another level, and that'll make it so you can just spam your skills, and that's really important. You want to get that to 100, maybe 200 really quick, but as soon as it becomes not a huge deal, yeah, that's probably enough for one more. Go back to leveling at your XP. That's probably enough. And then just start getting the levels. As you level, you'll get those skills up, and as you get those skills up, they'll cost more mana. See, that increasing that is 1 damage, not well, it still looks that way even from 52 to 53, but it's 2 damage then 3 damage. So we're not going to put any more skill points into that. However, the fireball goes up by a fair bit, and that's our bread and butter. So let's just keep increasing that. Let's see how strong we are. Yep, 2 shotting. Cool. Now, hotkeys. Let's talk hotkeys. I've changed my hotkeys to be much more comfortable for me. I don't do the move left, move right. I just have turn left, turn right, and then when I hold the right click down, the turn left, turn right becomes strafe. So it just eliminates needing extra buttons. I much prefer it like that. I changed the 1, 2, 3, 4. It usually just goes all the way up to like 9, 0. I get rid of the buttons that who can reach over to the 7, 8, 9? My fingers aren't that long, so I thought about it and I'm like, QERT, which is down here, quick slots 7 onwards, and CV weren't doing anything, so I just, I use them. So you can copy me if you want, CVQERT, and I've also got Shift CVQERT, and that's all I've ever really needed to do. If you want, you can change a few other things like menu buttons, things like that. And you've also got 5, so if you hold shift you can press 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 for completely different skill slots, and that's the limit. Unfortunately you cannot change the size of your UI. You can only change the resolution of your screen. It's somewhat limiting. Anyway, this is Kurt. Great place, it's awesome. This is our bank. Oh, look, we can grab a quest. That's awesome. I think level 6 is the level for this quest too. You'll get a free bag. Instead of the 1 bag, you now have 2 bags. You can get 5 bags for free. The 6th bag quest doesn't work, you can only do 5. They all work, but it'll limit you to 5. So we'll want to collect everything we can. A bathtub stream? Are you in the bath? Am I in the bath? Oh, the bathers. Hey. I didn't know either. That was lucky. It's heaps lucky actually. Look at our HP. We've got 500 added, so we would be at 200 HP if not for this. We have tons of mana now because of it, and we get that 30 regen as well. So that's awesome. They used to give these as a free item when you started the game. It's kind of silly they got rid of them. Same as the 7-day mount. At least the mount's there. This game would be horribly slow without it. So collect everything the game throws at you so you can sell it for some land, because we're new. We're new here. We don't know how to play the game. I don't know anything about Requiem. I'm new here. Let's sell everything. Except good stuff. So everything but your Xeons and that 1 weapon. And unless you got an accessory, keep the accessories. You're very lucky if you got that. Back to the bank. You can deposit and move land around on your account. These are joint banks that you can't access without premium or an item all item. And you get 1 bank, so that's kind of cool. You can put stuff in here. Fun little trick, you can get on your mount and you can get rid of your mount and you're still on your mount. Moving on. This is the auctioneer. We're going to be back here. We are going to use this a lot. This is so important to you as a new player. See this stuff? That's stuff that will make us super strong. And they're not selling for very much. It's 10,000 land. We're already almost a 10th of the way there. Okay. So this is that beginner stream. So if I've got time before my kids wake up, I'm lucky. I'm very lucky. It's very, very, very lucky. Up here, And you don't have to do this as a new player, but if you're a new player, I think you're going to want to do this, because it's just obvious, basic, and once you know about it, it's a big deal. So this is the agent in Kurt. It's all the way up the back. Okay, this is annoying. They did not fix Kurt does it. They haven't fixed the strings. That's 2 patches now. You can go... Okay, I press M for map. Your button might be different from for you, but it's not on the side here, so you gotta find your button. And then you're in Turbo, and you can select the individual maps within that Cicate. We'll go there later. Here's Kurt, and that'll help you find all these NPCs. Room Merchant? Player character Room Merchant. Okay, so we're at the agent. Excuse me. Just double click to make a purchase, or drag and drop in your bag. And we can grab these ahead of time. Goblins, golem fragments. Okay, we can give them back because they're later. Alright, so that's about accurate. There used to be a whole heap of quests in Turbo, very similar to these scroll quests. Now, some of these quests give you nice rewards, most of them don't really. The idea is it was supposed to cost you some land, and then you get a lot of land back, which is somewhat why we're doing this. So just accept all those quests. Doesn't always register. There we go. Now we've got something to do. Here's the forge off to the side. In this area here. You've got your reinforcement smith, and we'll just use our wand as an example for everything. And you need these Xeons to upgrade and get stronger. So it's pretty easy to plus 30 your early stuff, but later it'll get really, really hard. And you might need to pay to win, but there are ways to get there with just effort, with just free to play. Deterioration means when you fail, there's a roll for deterioration, which will make it go down in levels, costing you resources, a lot of resources usually. That's not too important if you're trying to keep success at 100. So that's your main roll, the success rate, and then after that, deterioration, and then after that, break rate. If it breaks, it just disappears, it's gone. Now, you don't have to worry about items breaking in the enchanter over here. It's got that one slot, so you can put an enchant, a weapon enchant specifically into there. I can think of some good ones for a level 1 character. Ones that just do damage, just fire damage. It's like having a free extra fireball. If I find one, that'd be great. And then the compound, which we can't do anything with right now, but you can do a lot with a compound smith later. Just gonna look at battlefield for a sec. Okay, nothing's on. That's important, but that won't be important today. We'll get back to that another time. Alrighty. None of that's important. Interesting to note, and this will probably come into play very soon. You've got these guys, and they can give you some original items that don't have the plussing, and you can enchant. Not an absolutely massive deal right now, but around the corner here you can get some armor. Some better armor. And you're not going to find a headband until level 20, a better one. So you can just go ahead and buy this stuff, because it's slightly better. That's always worth something. A little bit more armor and the extra stat. Let's just buy it anyway. But it's not the stats that have me excited. It's the fact that there's an enchant slot. So we'll take this stuff and we'll hold on to it. And start doing these scroll quests. It won't matter until level 10. And when I've got the enchants to put into it. Okay, what have we got to kill? And what happened to my hotkey? I don't think we have to kill these guys. I think we got to kill a few paleos. Oh, another interesting thing about scroll quests. You can return scroll quests to any scroll quest agent. Doesn't have to be the one you bought them from. So we're not actually going to go back to Kurt for quite some time. We're going to keep moving forward now. So you can see what I mean before with the mouse. I'm holding right click so I can control the camera however I want. It's very useful because you can kite. So I'll show that off here. I'll hit that, and I can run away, jump, spin, and attack. And drop those fireballs, because you can't throw fireballs unless you're relatively facing the target. That's about the limit. It has to be in front of you, in your field of view, basically. So you can do a little jump and flick. This is stuff that you just don't know straight away when you start playing the game, unless you're incredibly intuitive. And you can also just jump and do a full spin. That'll separate you as a player from many other classes of players, anyway. I'm pretty sure we all do that. It allows you to run away from your enemies and still do damage. And you just run them around in circles usually. And it'll save you a lot of damage. Now you obviously don't have to do it when you're this strong already. I'm not going for that, not going for the heal, going to save my skill points and put them into Fireball. At least 1 point into that, and 1 point into this. So with the DNA, again, skill reset will fix all this. I think another 2 points of damage is better than the one that comes next. And Fireball, we use it so much, it's worth just increasing again and again and again, probably all the way to 10. One of the best items you will get is these early game. And I'm not going to suggest anybody saves them because you can compound them into a useful item. I think they're useful because you can sell them for the individual price of each item. So I literally picked up 504 land picking this item up, which is a lot better than all these other items that I am picking up. It's a nice little stack of land there. Now that land is so important because it's what's going to get my wing rider to get me around. I'll show that soon. I'll have a reason to use it at some point. I am mindlessly killing. Am I still in honor? No, hey, I'm in XP. It feels so slow. Oh, that was cool. So that's the mob potion that I mentioned at the start of the stream, or somewhere at the start. They work on a different cooldown timer to the regular pots, so you can use them just as an example. That's only a 10-second cooldown. I'm not going to need to use them, so just pointing that out. I should have waited till I had two slabs of meat. Gropey, crayfish, crayfish. I need to kill lots of crayfish. Okay. There are other things on this map, like Chest Sanctum and this area here, Airship Wreck, where it's worth traveling to and talking about, but I don't think we're going to do that this stream. Really not relevant in the first hour or two of playing the game. I think I have to go backwards. I don't think there's more crayfish further ahead. The respawn for monsters isn't very long, it's maybe 1 minute. Two more to go. You won't always get a quest drop. Sometimes you'll kill the monster and it just won't show up as anything. You might have to kill 10 to get 1. Some quests are quite notorious for how much grinding you'll be doing. Now, you could grind this area for accessories. You will get gear level-wise, especially the accessories or pots and things like that. You'll get it based on the level of the monsters you're killing. So these monsters are very low in level, and you will get the earliest good accessories in the game eventually off of these monsters. I haven't been lucky, so we're going to move forward instead and worry about rings and stuff like that later. Because even if I get them, they're great, but you need to be able to plus them up, and I don't have Zeons. If you're lucky, and I mean pretty lucky, I mean maybe one in an hour or one in every 3 hours, I mean, I don't know. Depends on any events going on in the game to a degree. You'll get a simple compression Zeon, which will give you, hopefully give you a whole big stack of Zeons that you can use to start plussing your gear up. So here we are at the next little town where we can drop off this quest and it'll give us a nice chunk of XP. This main quest line, Temporian's Way, will give you the better of the XP and land and everything. It is actually just a simplification of what the game used to be, and it pushes you through the first map so you can figure out the basics of the game, mostly on your own. The game does need a revamp of its tutorial. I'm just going to grab that free bag quest, and while I'm here, I'm going to sell this stuff. I was going to show this off. See, it's got its own cooldown. It's the same cooldown, 10 seconds. Let's sell it anyway, because we don't care. We just want the land. You can right click to sell, and you can drag it over here. Did we drop any frames today? Nope. You always get one compression around the Pez and Spider Quest, or was that when I was talking about... Yeah, talking about compressions, I reckon. Well, that's very lucky. That's probably a better area. If you're killing those Pezzers, they're elites, so you're more likely... Like, it's Nightmare now, which is interesting. Anyway, let's quickly go check Nightmare out. It's a pretty good opportunity to show that off. I'm going to drop off these scroll quests we did before. It really doesn't add up to much, these early scroll quests. But because I've shown you it, you'll know more about it later, and you'll be able to do valuable scroll quests later in the game. Let's grab... Alright, let's just grab stuff for later. Until we read Monsters in the Darkness. Yeah, and we'll leave it at that. Yep. Alright, let's go see if we can kill a nightmare monster before nightmare ends. We are entering Elima Desert. I don't know how well my desktop volume is. There is some awesome music in this game, and there's some awesome ambience. So if you ever feel like it while you're exploring the game for the first time, or maybe as a returning player or something like that, yeah, go into your options. Here's your sound. Turn the sound off and it'll just get rid of everything. And then when you turn it back on, it'll play the music. Put your headphones on, turn it way up, just play the music and give it a listen, because there is some great music in this game. And the ambience can sometimes surprise you as well. Especially the first map. They put a lot of effort into the first map. With music compositions and ambience tracks, and like, this is its own area with music and ambience. So is Kurt Desert. So is Elima Desert. There's a hidden area in Crematory. There's another hidden area in Conveyance Port. Like, these all have their own tracks when you enter them. This area is really important. Really, really important to your first time playing the game. Remember it. Right here at Elima Prison. And then slightly beyond that, or in it, I should say, you're gonna find some nightmare monsters. Oh no. Liv is up. Okay. We'll have to end the stream. Maybe? So I will kill one. Look at that XP. Like, from before, 500 for that quest. That's just monstrous levels of XP. And you get better drops too. So you could just come here. I have done nothing. I am new to the game. I have a +1 wand. I have that costume. That's something. Let it hit me. Okay, so it does do a lot of damage. So I would be shitting myself if not for my costume. But like I said, learn how to kite. Learn how to kite and you're not going to have a problem. You can shoot from far away. Like fireballs. Boom, boom, boom. Just walk backwards even. That level up. Get my HP back. First enchant. All stuff I'm going to have to explain more in time. You will aggro these enemies. They will chase you if you get close. I'm going to try and continue the stream for a bit longer, but I think I'm going to have to go get the baby. My partner is not feeling very well today, so I'm doing a lot of the hard stuff. Okay. It's up. I will be right back. This is my BRB stream. Alright. Wow. I think that was a pretty good stream. It's just part one. This series is probably going to turn into like a massive blown out, 50, 100 plus episodes. This stream's been going for an hour almost on the dot, which is exactly what I was aiming for. But I'm not going to be able to keep this up with the kids in the background. So let's recap. Did the tutorial, showed the skills and the DNA. I'm not going to touch anything. I want to, but then I'll get carried away. We showed off honor, how that works and how important it is. One day click. We got lucky. Didn't talk too much about it, but we can talk about it more tomorrow. Hotkeys, controls, etc. The scroll quest agent. Everything in the first town, city, / went through, did those quests, and we've ended up at Elima prison. A very important area that I want you to all remember for next time. So there's plenty to do when we get back here. Heaps to do. But the main thing we'll be focusing on is these guys that I shouldn't necessarily be killing right here, right this second. In fact, I want to get to the point where I'm one-shotting them. But they drop some good stuff. The stuff that's going to make me rich. For a new player. Especially with no events. Alright. Didn't even touch on the quest window or item mall, which we won't touch on very much. Guilds or community. Tomorrow I should get another megaphone and maybe I'll see if I can join a guild. Alright. Stream 250. Beating Biscris solo. I don't think I'll ever get there. This is just a newbie stream. Yeah, okay, so this is going to end at like level 49 and then I'll go back to some other projects. That's the plan. Stream 252. Defeating Prince Graydon. That's the plan. Let's keep going. The kids are playing. Alright. Hopefully, this will separate the people who just skip to the end of the video. I don't get those little snippets. Alright, let's kill a few more of these guys, because the enchant, even though I'm not doing a lot of damage. We're going to keep putting points into Fireball. Don't worry about the DNA at that point, because it's just not worth it. It's kind of worth it, but that'll do. Hello. Let's get some more of these kills in. Oh, it's a book. Oh, damn. Apes. Go, go, Bobo. Turn the page. I've been practicing for this multitasking since I logged into Requiem back in 2010. Triangle. Rectangle. Star. So there's only love heart. Go go shapes. That's the end of the book. Now you gotta turn the page again. Star. Rectangle. There's only like 6 of these monsters in this area, and they're not really meant to be here. And they have an interesting tag in their drop loot, which drops lots of red Xeons. That should be the title, I might change it later. Episode 1, getting a Xeon. But you can get all the red Xeon types, and you can definitely farm this area. It's a little difficult if someone else is farming it, but thankfully, as you can see, no one else is here. I can farm it. Go shapes. I'm gonna turn the page. Let's go back to the start. Oh, Okay, bye-bye. It won't fill my inventory for too long. Should be able to get some accessories too. And the XP. Look at that XP. 1500 XP. I might as well be a nightmare. They're acting like nightmare monsters. With the amount of XP they drop. See in the name, the skull in the yellow-brown box? That means it's an elite monster. And they're usually a lot tougher and harder to kill. And have different loot tables and things like that. Or better, more advantageous loot tables. Oh. Go. Bye-bye. We're just getting in a little bit of farming. And leveling, apparently. Which is really good. We're going to be over-leveled by the time we finish Temporion's Way. It's an interesting time to mention, because I was talking about it. The name tag on the Workshop Miner, that name tag, if you're like 10 levels below its level, you will get a really nasty looking red color, and you will miss most of your attacks by default. And when you're a bit closer in level, like 5 levels, this isn't exact science. I could figure it out, but remembering these details isn't super important. It'll be a orange color, and you'll miss some of your attacks, but not all of them. When you're like I'm level 9, they're level 11, within 3 levels, up and down, so give or take 3 levels from the monster's level, you will... Huh. I didn't close it. Oh well. Friend that's calling wants to come and play. Mary, come here. You know I want to close that gate, don't you? Problem solved. Ooh, we have one of those mega multi-client characters in the stream. That's important. That should be the first tutorial, how to multi-client, because that's what you need to do. And not really wrong. Yeah, you can play with my remote. You want to play with my remote? You go play? I put it over here. Yeah. Okay, up. Up, up, up. Up, up, up. The XP changes too when your levels difference between the monsters. So when I get to the point where I'm over 3 levels, so 4 levels above the monster level, I think that's about right. They'll start dropping like 25% less XP or something like that. So if I'm going to farm some honor, which I am going to do while I'm in this area, I'm going to stop at level probably 13 and switch to honor so I can farm that while farming red Zeons. As for farming these red Zeons, I would recommend farming 200 so we can make some land. Because we'll be able to compound those Zeons together. And that's not unreasonable. It might take an hour, it might take 2. I'm not too sure. I have never gotten my first chunk of land by selling red Zeons before. All I know is it's a pretty guaranteed way of making some immediate land outside of doing Battlefield. Hey, our first accessory! This is a meditation earring, and I cannot use it right now because its level requirement is 11. But this is that first set in the game I was talking about. And thankfully, I got a mage's accessory and not a fighter's accessory. Yeah. Yeah. That's awesome. We'll talk about Forge next stream. Where are you going? What you gonna do standing up? I'm gonna show everyone who you are. You wanna go and play? You go down? Those knuckles used to be so useful. Hey. Hey. Whoa. What you doing? Hi. Bow? I don't know where the cat is. Do you want to go find the cat? Meow, 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 meow. 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 Hey, Liv. Yeah, it's you. Look. It's not working. There we go. Hotkeys for the win. Say hi. Hi. Hey, Mary. Ah. High five. And hit me harder. 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 That's it. Good job. Yeah. You gonna stand up? Bah. If you get to a point and your bags are too full, obviously you can get some more bags, but it will happen. You can drag the items out of your bag. Normally that works. The game's code's a bit funny. So if it doesn't work and you can't just drag these items out and it'll come up with a delete prompt, you can right click on them and click destroy, and then it'll prompt and you click yes. I'm not too fussed. Ah. Meow. Why are we meow? There's no cat. Oh. Short range attack power.
No.
Alright. I'm gonna have to end the stream. Got another one biting my ankles. Okay. That was fun. Looking forward to part 2 of this series. It's probably the best thing I can do right now. Alright. See you guys.